I personally believe, this is what my master told me too, that there was a man in Jerusalem 1000 years ago who walked everywhere. We have done a small walk. It's not a big walk. We have done a very small walk. He walked everywhere because he himself said, the foxes have dens. You know what's a den? Fox. The foxes have dens and the snakes have holes. But the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. So, such a great spiritual person who walks and who has no home. No, now in the West when you say homeless, it's a bad word. But in India, for instance, the wandering sadhu, the wandering monk, the wandering teacher is called a parivrajak, one who walks, who is always walking. One, to search for the truth, and two, when he found it, to take it from door to door. My teacher told me, Maheshwarnath Babaji, that if somebody doesn't come to you, you go and ring their doorbell. What do you lose? Maybe there are many reasons they don't come. If they don't come, you go. Ring the bell. If they say get out, ring again. Don't get upset about it. Because the value of what is in the heart, which again, because we are in a chapel, Jesus Christ said, lay treasures in your heart where thieves do not break in and steal. So if you have found that treasure, then it's a compulsion to share it with others. You feel, why is this guy not tasting this? Why? And it doesn't require money, it doesn't require houses, it needs a simple life where you don't want to harm others. Finished. And a little bit of deep contemplation. It's not a big deal. If people say it's a big deal, they are misleading. It's easy. You and I can do it. I'm also like you. I have a family. I'm not a monk myself. So, since we have just finished the walk and we all feel, I want to tell you a story. And I might tell you a Zen story or a Buddhist story, but I think in chapel or the temple of God, it's all the same. Now the Zen story, very interesting. There was a Zen teacher, I don't know, somebody is here from Japan, please correct me if I'm wrong. There was a Zen master who had a very close disciple who used to walk with him everywhere. For 13 years he walked with him. 13 years. And then he said to the master, hey, what is this, master? I have been walking with you for 13 years. Nothing has happened to me. I have not found Satori. Satori is that experience, like Samadhi, Nirvana, Moksha, anything, you can call it by any, enlightenment. So I haven't got Satori yet. I have been with you for 13 years. Please show me Satori, how to. But the master didn't say anything. He said, okay, I'm going to ask you to do something. This is especially relevant because you will realize what it is, because you just come after a walk. And some of you are carrying backpacks full and you just put them down. That is Satori. Anyway, so the master told the disciple, you see that bag there, big bag, sack, and you see a lot of mud and stones here, fill it to the full, and then tie it nicely so that they don't fall out. Then, and the student was wondering, what is this? I asked him for Satori. Anyway, and then put it on your back. You see the hill there? Climb up the hill. The disciple said, but master, I asked for Satori. He said, do it. You know how some Zen masters are, if you don't obey, you might have a kick from the back. So he took it and he walked, huffing and puffing as we did, me too included, huffing and puffing till he reached the top. And the top, there was a beautiful tree with nice shade, and when he reached there, the master came up on a horse, got off the horse. And then he said to the disciple, throw down this bag. He was wondering when he was going to ask him to throw down. You know, such a obedient disciple, otherwise you and I would have thrown it. He was waiting for the master to say, throw it. So he threw it. Then when he threw it, and then he sat under the tree, took a deep breath, and he said, I got it. You know what I mean? That throwing off that burden, being free. Little bit we experience now after the work. You have a hot soup and satori. You know, it's not exactly that, but it's an example to show that we carry so many things in our head. It's such a dead weight. We discussed this day before. Drop it, including our learning, our knowledge, right? And then be simple, like a child. You can't live like a child, but your mind can be simple. And then you had it. There is nothing to do. Okay, another Zen master had another disciple, similar, who used to constantly tell him, hey, I'm with you for 20 years, nothing is happening, nothing is happening. One day the master said, what do you want to happen? What do you expect? Oh, you know that's not happening. This was not a Zen master, it's a Dzogchen master. You know, among the Tibetan Buddhists and the Mahayana Buddhists, there is a teaching called the Dzogchen. If you want to spell it in English, you put a D in front. D-Z-O-G-E-N, if you write in English, Dzogchen. Now in Dzogchen is similar to the Zen, because it is immediate, it's spontaneous, and nobody knows when it happens. It may happen suddenly when you wake up and look at the sky, which is when the mind is totally effortless. Not even trying to find moksha. You know what I mean? So, this Dzogchen master was with his disciple, and he kept saying, oh, I have 10 years, I'm with you. Master, there is no Dzogchen happening. So, one day they were traveling. They climbed up the hill, and it was beautiful. It was night. There were stars in the sky. And both of them lay down to sleep with looking up at the sky. So they couldn't sleep for some time, they were just looking. And there were dogs barking in the village far away, and there was a gentle breeze blowing. And the master turned to the disciple and said, hey, what are you looking for? This is Dzogchen. This calmness, the dog barking far away, the movement of the leaves in the breeze, this complete freedom, this is Dzogchen. What are you looking for? Is there something I can give you? You found it yourself. Okay. So this is the second story. I have only one more story. I know you're tired. Now we are going to walk again. The third story is again back to Zen. Do you know that the founder of Zen Buddhism, what we call Zen, was a South Indian in the south, from the south of India, whose name was Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma was an acquired name. He must have been some Padmanabha Pillai or something, I don't know. Bodhidharma was a name given to him as a monk. So Bodhidharma was also the founder of the art of self-defense, which he carried from the south of India into China. Because monks were not supposed to carry weapons, and there were a lot of robbers, highway robbers on the way those days. So to protect themselves, he taught them something from the south of India, which is a martial art called kalari. And that, empty-handed, is the name given for it, unarmed. And what is the meaning of the word karate? Tell me? Empty-handed. So, in there it's called kalari. This great Bodhidharma, he concentrated on a particular kind of Buddhist teaching which laid great stress on meditation. And meditation is dhyana in Sanskrit, dhyan, right? Dhyana. Now you can also say dhyan locally. Nobody says dhyana, so dhyan. Now when he went to China, he didn't go to Japan, he went to China. From there it spread to Japan. When he went to China, they could not pronounce the word dhyan. It became chan in Chinese. And when Chan went to Japan, it became Zen. From Chan to Zen. So this is Zen. So Bodhidharma was the founder. So one day he was sitting on the top of the hill where he lived in China, somewhere in China, I don't know. He was there, and 3 young people came looking for him. You know, there was no internet, no Google to locate him those days, and no advertisements in the newspaper. And unlike the gurus of today, there was nothing. Anybody who was sincere had to find the teacher somehow, right? So that was the understanding. So with great difficulty, they searched here and there. It took them 6 months to find out where this great master was sitting, this Bodhidharma. So finally, they climbed up the hill, clambered up the hill, and reached there. It's okay, Sathuri. You can hear the sound of the Sathuri now. Sneezing. Oh, so they went up with great difficulty, and when they reached the place, the great master Bodhidharma, I don't know if you have seen his pictures, he looks very tough. Right. So they went up, and Bodhidharma was drinking his soup. It was lunchtime, like some lovely soup we had today. So he was drinking his soup with a wooden bowl and a wooden spoon. These guys went there and they prostrated and they said, "Master, please teach us Zen. Teach us how to attain Sathuri." Master said, "I am drinking my soup." They said, "What?" We came with a very serious question, and he's drinking, we can see him drinking his soup. What is the big deal? They said, "Look at our clothes, they're so torn. We are so tired of looking for you, and you are saying, I'm drinking my soup, you're looking for Sathuri." Master called somebody and said, "Give them their soup." So the 3 of them ended up with bowls in their hands with soup and a spoon. So they were very hungry, so they started, suddenly they said, "Hey, what are we doing? We were looking for something serious and we're drinking soup? No, this is not." So they said, "Master, please teach us Sathuri." The master said, "But I'm drinking my soup." They said, "But we are also drinking our soup." They got very angry, of course. "We are also drinking our soup." He stopped. That is the problem. You are drinking your soup and you're thinking of Zen. I am drinking my soup, I am drinking my soup, I am drinking my soup, this is Zen. You know what it means? One pointed attention to whatever one is doing is Zen. You don't have to do it somewhere else. So if only a mind which has no distraction can have that kind of one pointed attention. And for that, You probably have to, when the eye of intuition or the eye of one-pointedness opens, then you can see the light. I mean, not real light that way, but when I say light, it's opposite of darkness. That's what it means. Therefore, somebody said, therefore, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Does that mean that we should have only one eye? Or does it mean something else? Therefore, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. That one-pointed attention is the most important thing required. If you have that, everything is done. And it should be effortless. In the beginning, effort is required, but then you have to break it afterwards. When there is clay in your hand, you want to make a model, you have to put it inside the mold. But if you want to see what you have made, what should you do? You have to break the mold, right? Otherwise it will be inside all the time. So while you prepare, you require to put your attention. When it is done, then you have to let go. Now, in Zen there is the art of archery. There is the bow, there is the arrow, there is the string, and there is the target. And then you put the arrow, the bow, pull it taut, and have everything in one line. Your eye, the arrow tip, and the target. Okay. Now if you have to hit the target, what should you do? What should you do? If you hold on, will it go? No. But you need to hold on for some time. You need to practice. And after that, let go. So, this is what I wanted to tell you. So now, even though we are going to walk another hour maybe, let go and rejoice. There is a beautiful sentence in the Ishavasya Upanishad which says, Tena tyaktena bhunjita, let go and rejoice. Normally we think, gather and rejoice. See, let go and rejoice. So let's let go and rejoice. There's only one more day walk tomorrow. Huh? So I'm so happy that we are all here, and Madame Annette Kaiser has taken the initiative to call me here and to carry on with the walk and got all her people also together. I'm very, very thankful and happy, and may the peace from our hearts spread to everybody. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. I don't know if anybody reads the New Testament anymore. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Having said that, can we have the prayer from the Bible chanted before we leave, because it is a chapel? Any place where the truth is worshipped is a temple for us. Even though the most important temple is this. There are many temples sitting here. Why? Because inside is the sanctum sanctorum in the heart, where the truth sits, the Lord sits. But still, I would like to do the prayer. You don't have to say it. The prayer is beautiful. It's so simple. Very simple. That's why I like it. It says, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Because we can't see it anyway. We know only the name. Thy kingdom come. Because in the end we go there. I mean, not heaven or hell. I mean, to the source. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And then look at the humble, simple prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not unto temptation, but deliver us from evil. Forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. But we have to forgive our debtors first to say that prayer. Forgive our debts as we do forgive our debtors. Lead us not unto temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the glory forever. Amen. That's all. Such a simple prayer. We all need bread. We all have debts to be paid. We all have temptations. Can we live in the world free of this? This is the prayer. And it's from the Bible. I think I would have made a good priest. Thank you very much.